I am as big of a Jauan Jennings fan as there is on this planet. Seriously, like I appreciate what Jauan Jennings has done for this franchise like no one else. I see the value he brings to San Francisco. I see the receiver that he's been over the last few years on third downs, in playoff games, in tight regular season games. We're talking about moments where this team has called on him to shine and he has delivered. He is a big time player in big time moments, the definition of clutch. You need a 200-yard game, he's going to give it to you. You need 3 TDs, he's going to give it to you. You need an acrobatic catch to boost the energy and flip the tide of the game, he's going to do it for you. That being said, I don't think the Niners should pay Jauan Jennings. And it's not a Jauan Jennings thing. That's why I started with that little clip. It's not a player thing with Jauan Jennings. It's not a talent thing. There's nothing in question for me about his abilities. It's as simple as this. He's 28 years old. Realistically, by the time the Niners are contenders, he'll be 30 or 31. They might make the playoffs this year, but they're not going to be Super Bowl contenders. When they're knocking at the door of their next Super Bowl, Jauan Jennings will be 30 or 31 years old. That doesn't sound ideal to me if I'm a Niners fan. Furthermore, the Niners have a bad track record of paying receivers way too much and not getting anything in return. They have a bad track record of overpaying receivers, and it looks ugly after a few years. Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk. Now, I'm not saying Brandon Ayuk won't pan out. Maybe he'll show up in the next few years and really just ball out and the contract will be fine. But as of right now, it hasn't worked. I don't think it's in their best interest to pay another receiver that probably won't be a true number one guy. Jauan Jennings is a perfect fit on a team that is currently contending and needs a boost offensively. But where the Niners are at with the Brandon Ayuk contract, with just paying Brock Purdy, prioritize things. Spend some time on the offensive line, build the team properly, and then you can draft a true number one receiver. You can pick one up in free agency. But there's no need to reach on Jauan Jennings on a contract just to stay loyal to the fan base. Because Jauan Jennings will find success elsewhere, and the Niners will too. And I don't think it's a Jauan Jennings talent issue. Again, I want this to be made clear that I am a huge Jauan Jennings fan, and I think he deserves the bag because he's been underappreciated and undervalued and underrated for his entire career. But where the Niners are at as a franchise right now, I see them as a dangerous team this year. I think they will make the playoffs just because of their schedule, which is super light. But I don't think they should invest in an older receiver when there's a lot of receiver talent coming up in the drafts every single year. You have your free agency availability, and you have needs elsewhere on the roster. Take that money, spend it on the offensive line. Upgrade Brock Purdy's protection. Give him time in the pocket, and then you can find your receivers on cheaper deals out of the draft, or maybe even pay a true number one, a dog. But where Jauan Jennings is in his career right now, I just don't see it as a true fit to be a number one for the Niners. But I will say, to end the episode, I do have high hopes for them this year, and I do think the Niners make the playoffs this season.